Hey everybody, it's your girl Yo Yo. What's going on? I pray all you all having a real wonderful day on this Tuesday, May the 10th, 2022. I am recording this instead of doing a live tonight because I have business tonight, so I won't be able to get on here live, and I didn't want to go another week without having a show. So I'm recording this and we're going to save it for later. Anywho, we are talking about abortions. And I know it's a hot topic for some people. And let me first say this. Do I believe in abortions? No, I do not. I'm going to say that first. I do not believe in abortions. However, I do believe it's that woman's right to choose whether or not she should have an abortion, right? And I say that because if a woman is raped, if a child father decides he wants to creep in her room at night and get her pregnant, or if the woman is in harm's way of giving birth to this baby, she might die, or if the child is in jeopardy once the woman gives birth, then that's that family, that husband and wife, the mother father, the mother daughter, father daughter situation. They should be only allowed to make their decisions, not the government. So I'm gonna give you some statistics right now. In 2019, 629,898 legal abortions were reported to the CDC. That's 11.4 abortions per 1,000 women between the ages of 15 to 44. So only about 12 abortions, right? Between the ages of 15 and 44. 195 abortions per 1,000 live births. So only 195,000 abortions compared to 1,000 live births. Let's say this is a whole 6 months. So you have more live births than you do have abortions, right? Between 2010 and 2019, the number of abortions went down between 13%. So they were going down. And still to this day in 2019, it has decreased by another 11%. So with this Supreme Court draft that came out that is trying to overturn Roe v. Wade. So let me give you the backstory on Roe v. Wade. Roe is a woman named Norma Corvey, aka Jane Roe, who was pregnant with her third child, couldn't afford it to have another baby, wanted an abortion. So she went and did legal ramifications to the Attorney General of Texas at that time. Yes, Texas, y'all. The same Texas that's doing these laws to stop abortion. Again, it happened back then in 1970. She stated that it was going against her constitutional right of privacy. It was her right to privacy. It was her right to do what she feels she needed to do for her family. As you know, the Supreme Court voted in her favor, saying that the government had no authority over her body or into her home or her bedroom on what to do with her own vagina. And I said it. So they voted in her favor. Fast forward to now. Because somebody got a wild hair up their butt, they want to overturn Roe v. Wade, saying that it's an elected official's position to determine whether or not I can have an abortion. Now, let me say this. I have had an abortion. It was something that I chose to do at the time for myself. I was not ready to be a mother. I didn't want it. I'm just going to say that. And yes, I was on birth control, so everybody can shut up with that. Every time I got pregnant on birth control. But when I don't take birth control, I don't get pregnant. Nevertheless, here I am. So I had an abortion, and it was my mother's, and my sat down and we talked about it. And I was like, I don't want it. I don't want to have a baby. I don't want this baby. I made a mistake. So I had an abortion. Now, that was something that was personal between me and my mother. And it was a decision that I didn't take lightly. I thought about adoption. But I'm like, I wouldn't want a child in this world that I know I gave birth to and that I can't see and don't want to see. So that was out. So I chose an abortion. But I don't think today, but again, I don't know if I would have done it yet. Let me stop lying. I would have done an abortion again. Because I was young. I was too young. Why would I? No, that was my choice though. Right. But I don't believe abortion should be a means of birth control. Now we got all types of contraceptives out here to use, to prevent you from having a baby. Condoms, the pill, the IUD, the thing in your arm, abstinence, all that works, right? However, if you choose not to abstain, then you have contraceptives. Now, let's say a woman is in her house and somebody breaks in and rapes her and she gets pregnant. What man has the right to tell me that I got to have this baby? One, she's going to resent the baby because she was raped, right? She's going to, let's say she doesn't put it up for adoption. She's going to either abuse the baby or mentally think that this child is out of rape and she won't love it. We have so many children in foster care right now. Some are good people, some are bad people. These children are being abused, some of them, and some are not. So and then the government doesn't want to take care of them. You don't want to give them no food stamps. You don't want to help them with welfare. You don't want to put them on WIC. So now you're telling this woman, I'm not going to help you, but you're going to have this baby, even though you were raped. Or an 11-year-old child, you're going to tell her, or a 12-year-old child whose uncle decided to molest her, that she has to have a baby because it's against the law. That is not the right of our society. And I believe that this decision is wrong. I know there's people that's going to be against me. I know there's people that feel like that I'm wrong. And I understand it. And I also heard, I think it was Megan saying that, do you know how it is when you have a late term abortion? They suck. First of all, there's not that many late term abortions. Matter of fact, it's 0.6% of people that have late term abortions. And that is because when they do the testing that pregnant women have, and they find a genetic disorder, or the baby won't be able to do this, or the baby has this disease, the family, the husband and wife, or the mother, or whomever decides to terminate the pregnancy. One, for the mother's health, and so the baby won't suffer. So you're putting the government into my personal stuff. These are these women's pocketbooks, as some people call it, vaginas, as they really are called. So you're taking that right away from them, so they cannot have, that's their privacy. Right before Roe v. Wade, there was women going. I remember my grandmother telling me that she took a friend of hers to this back. It was in the projects to have an abortion, and she wound up going to the hospital. So you're going to lead us back to that. This is our bodies. Let's regulate these men out here popping out these sperms and getting women pregnant and leaving. Regulate that. How about we give them vasectomies? They can be reversed. Right? They can be reversed, and you can take that and regulate all these babies out here. Or are you upset that there's a lot of interracial relationships going on? Is that the real reason that we are having all this? When it comes to a woman's reproductive rights, it should be left to that woman, her husband, or that child's family. Nobody up there, Senate, mayor, judges, can tell me what to do with my body. It's my body. It's Mary Sue's body. It's Jane's body. It's Kendrea's body. It's Lisa's body. It's Terry's body. It's their body. I am not for abortion, but I am for Terry, who walked down the street one night and got pulled into an alley and was raped, and then 6 weeks later find out she was pregnant. I'm for her rights. I'm for the rights of a 10-year-old girl who uncle was supposed to be babysitting her, but sneaked in her room every night, molesting her, and she gets pregnant. I'm for her mother and her rights. Those are the rights I'm for. I'm for a woman who was in an abusive relationship with a man and already had 2 children by him, find out she's pregnant again, but on her verge of leaving, when she was getting ready to leave, find out she was pregnant again and didn't want to bring another child into this world to this abusive man. I'm for her rights. I am for the rights of women who bosses take advantage of them in order for them to get ahead. They tell them to sleep with me or not. Harvey Weinstein. Or sitting there and you are being in the military and your officer or somebody molesting you or raping you. I'm for that soldier's rights to choose her right to her body. That's what I'm for. Do I believe that, again, it should not be a means of birth control? It should not be a means of using it to, I'm pregnant this month. Let me go get an abortion, have sex unprotected, won't think about it, turning up and get pregnant again and have another abortion. Now that, you knew the consequences. You are a habitual person and you're using it too much to have an abortion. Now that is ridiculous. But let's not take the woman's rights away from them. Because once you start taking that right, you're going to think, I could take this away from you too. We have to do better as a country. We have to do better as a society. We have to do better as a people of all races. Because there are enough children out here that need homes. And not everybody has babies. And then you have 6-7-year-olds who have siblings in the foster care system that's like 15, 14, but they're separated because nobody wants a teenager or nobody wants a 9, 10-year-old. We have to start thinking about all that. How are we as a society going to pay for that? Y'all worried about the wrong thing. These are my thoughts. These are Yo-Yo's thoughts. This is nobody else's thoughts. This is my personal opinion when it comes to abortion. And abortion is wrong and it's murder, considered murder. But what do you consider valuable? Because you can have an abortion under 6 months. Because actually, if you think about it, even at not 6 months, 6 weeks, 8 weeks, if you the fetus, because it's not really a child, it has a heartbeat, ain't nothing but this big. So it's really not it can't live outside of your body. So how is that valuable? It's not a valuable organ. At 6, 8, 10, 12 weeks, it cannot survive outside of the mother's womb. Now, when it starts getting 20 weeks, 21 weeks, it's a slim chance, but there's some who have. But before then, the fetus is not viable. So I know I'm gonna get a lot of slack when it comes to abortion or my thoughts on that. But at the end of the day, I believe it's a woman's right to choose what to do with her body. I don't believe in abortion no more. And let me just say the reason why I don't believe in abortion. Because as I got older and reading my word and everything like that, I do believe it's considered murder, but I don't know. Let me just be honest. I'm kind of on the fence because if at 6-8 weeks, it's not a viable organ. So are you really killing somebody? Because when I think of a viable organ, it's going to be, you'll see the head form, the legs, the arms, the hands, the feet. But 8 weeks, you don't see all that. It look like a pea, a little pea. Am I wrong? So again, these are my thoughts on the abortion thing. I would like to see what your comments are going to be. Thank you all for listening to me. I'm about to go back to work and get on this grind and make this money.